Imagine if right now you were announced that you've gotten polio and you're slowly going to be losing motion in your whole body until finally dying. Well, that was the case with Milton Erickson, a world-renowned psychiatrist and psychotherapist. At age 17, Milton contracted the disease which would leave him without any abilities to move or speak, and so he was left observing his 8 brothers and sisters play and talk with each other. After some time, Erickson started to pick up on his family's body language characteristics. He realized that through body language you could read the person way more than just by listening to the words. He would pick up on moments when a person said yes, but in reality meant no. After some time laying paralyzed in bed, he started to gain some motion in his lips, and then by remembering the feeling of a leg muscle, he slowly started to be able to twitch his lower body muscles until beating the odds and finally walking. Of course, he didn't leave his psychology discoveries to die. Soon after recovery, he applied to the University of Wisconsin to, later on, become a psychiatrist. His way of working was really different from his colleagues since he paid more attention to the body language than to what his patients actually said. Milton would analyze everything, from facial expressions to the walking style. At one point, he's gotten so good at it that he would tell what was on a person's mind just by observing for a little bit of time. One time, while talking to his patient, he all of a sudden asked, "Have you told your husband about your affair?" which left his patient speechless since there was no way he could have possibly known that. Erickson's life motto was simple and only consisted of 3 words: observe, observe, observe. Obviously, Milton Erickson was a spectacular character with some phenomenal abilities to read the body language, but is it possible to be as observant as him? The short answer is yes. You would be surprised to know that people don't pay a lot of attention to body language. Try to think about the last time you did, and you'll realize that you almost don't pay attention to it, and yet it is right in front of you just waiting to be recognized. Albert Mehrabian found that 55% of a conversation is nonverbal, meaning that there are a lot of hidden messages that people send to each other while talking. The problem is that only 5% is getting picked up, thus a big chunk of signals just goes unnoticed. Of course, like everything great, being attentive to one's body language requires practice. Milton Erickson was forced to do it since there wasn't much else he could do. That's why he became so good at it. So, in a conversation, let the person do most of the talking while observing their body language. At first, it may seem hard, but with training, everything becomes easier and you'll see a drastic improvement in your ability to pick up on hidden signals. But use it wisely since, unfortunately, it is a very powerful manipulation tool, so don't use it for evil purposes.